Everybody, it's Doom here from Dungeons and Doom Biscuits, and I have a ton of ideas of swamp monsters that could be interesting, and I'm going to try to get a couple of those going for us here. So the first idea I have is I want to get some frogs. I want to put some like suckered tentacles on them, or whatever you call these. I guess they're tentacles from this octopus here. And I want them to be these creatures that come up out of the swamp and grab you and try to pull you under and eat you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a brush here. And let's rough some of these up. These are just those little poker chips from the Dollar Tree. And then I'm just going to get a couple of these. Then we get my knife. I'm going to cut a couple of small grooves for texture to kind of hold the glue in place. I've had better luck with grooves than without, so I'm going to get some stupid glue here. I'm going to do one at a time. I've had better luck that way. And I don't have a spoon out, do I? Yeah, I do. Here's a spoon. It's kind of chunky. La la la. Making monsters in the morning. Dude, that'd be a fun name for a series, Making Monsters in the Morning. I'd only be able to do it once a week. Maybe twice a week, but I can adjust my sleep schedule, do it every day. Monsters in the Morning with Doom. Raw. All right. Spider webs already. Starting out today with spider webs. Effing spider webs. All right, so we're going to get these guys on these bases. And I don't think I'm going to do any prep work to these. I don't care how nice they really look. So I'm going to get a little bit of dibby-doo of glue. I'm going to put this on a base. I'm going to let it sit for a moment. And hope that it just sticks. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. Stay on your base. Blah, 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 blah. All right. Let's see if we can get these. Where's my snippers? Let's see if we can get a couple of these going here. Something like this. I'd like to use some of the more interesting shaped ones if I could. So I'm going to start with these two weird wonky ones here. On this guy. I think I'm going to do a wonky one and a straighter one on each guy. I'm going to bring these in a little bit. Oops. And just snip these so they're flat. Oops. And get those kind of in a rough position of where I want them. Somebody commented on a video said, sorry, I'm from Ohio, about died laughing. My brother and I always make jokes about Ohio. We live in West Virginia. Oh, shit, right next to Ohio. So for us, it's kind of a silly thing. All right, that guy came right off that base. So we're going to need to make some adjustments with that. To do that, I'm just going to get from behind here. I'm going to hold him down. I'm going to get a little bit of this and just kind of get it underneath there. I'm going to do the same thing with the front ones. Just get a little bit under there. Let it soak in. Now he should not move, but he's still moving. Why? Why are you not behaving? Is this plastic not conducive to sticking? Now, where was that little piece here? Let's pull that glue off. Oops. And try it again. He's stuck. I don't know. I don't know. Some days. There we go. Oops. And we'll cut this one off, kind of like that. Now we need to get a toothpick here. Get a little bit of super glue on this. We want to kind of... Oh, hell, you bastard. All right, no problem. No problem at all. Where's my minor burning hand spell? All right, we're going to do it this way. Hold on, that's not a very good bond. All right. Shit, you ass. All right. We are not getting good behavior from our miniature here today, guys. I apologize for the way he's acting. He's a little bit of an ass, though. Still not super sturdy. Let's get it back in here a little bit and see if we can't sturdy this dude up a little bit. Yeah, it's just not bonding well. Really wish I knew why. It's bothering me. Nope. Okay, that'll work. All right, now let's do this guy. I think we learned our lesson here that this guy doesn't want to cooperate. So his brother probably doesn't either. Okay. Look at that. It wants to come off there. It doesn't want to stick. See, it's got like a little bit of... Oh, see, it just doesn't even want to stick on there at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this hot. There we go. I'll just let this sit for a couple of seconds there. No problem. That didn't go well at all. Not what I wanted this morning. Let me blow my nose. Hold on. Pardon me, you don't want to be blowing your nose and stuff on videos, but sometimes it can't be helped. All right. Everything's looking pretty sturdy now. That guy's still not sturdy. He's still acting like a damn fool. Might have to pin these, which is not what I wanted to do. I wanted this to be a nice, easy craft, but it doesn't want to be. It wants to be a pain in the butt craft. Yep. You dick. All right. So what we're going to do is something I hate doing. It's called pinning. And we're going to drill a little hole in the end of this. We're going to drill a little hole in his face where it sits onto it. Whoops. Okay. And then you're going to get a little piece of chunk of wood or anything you have, copper wire, you know, whatever you have, just something small. You can kind of glue in there to sturdy this up. I'm looking for my little tiny, these things. Okay, that's perfect. I'm just going to get a tiny bit of glue to get us going. Okay. Oops. Does not want to comply. Okay. I'm going to snip off some of that excess. I'm going to use a minor burning hand spell to get this warmed up and get it shoved in there a little better. There we go. Okay. And the technique's called pinning, and I don't really like wasting time doing it, but I'm having a hell of a time getting things going this morning, so we had to figure something out to keep this project in place. All right. And then his feet didn't stick. So let's get those a little roughed up. I'm going to put a little baking soda on the bottom of his head to hold those better too. This is not how I wanted this to go. For the record, I was hoping for a nice, smooth, easy craft morning, not a 30-minute fight with plastic. But you know what? It's okay. Sometimes things don't want to play nice, and you just got to put a little extra love into it, that's all. And we just got to love what we do. Okay. It's important that we embrace our hobby and relax. Don't let it get too frustrating like I tend to do. All right, that seems really sturdy on him there. I don't know why this one behaved and that one didn't. This plastic is the same. I bought these both at Dollar Tree, but it seems like it just doesn't want to play. I don't know. All right, I'm going to get a little baking soda to dry up any super glue I have. On both these models. I don't think there's going to be any on this one because this is the one that behaved. Nice. All right. All right, let's put my super glue away and hope I don't need it again. All right, so instead of black bombing these, my black paint's not behaving in the cold weather. I'm going to hit these with a clear coat, and then we're just going to paint them a different way. So, I don't know what it is in the clear coat here. Let me look at what's in this. Oh, it's got acetone in it. Yeah, dumbass. So, if you look at like old hairspray, it was really good for this. But the acetone in this will dry this off and make stuff stick to it and melt the plastic. Get a little bit of something. Whoop. Now, I have a million little cups of paint around here of different colors. This one's got some kind of bluish green in it. We could probably base coat these in bluish green, just to save me the work, because I am lazy. My brushes won't damp. Let's get these coated up. This is way too wet, whatever I have here. This might have been... Oh, I know what this was. All right, well, this was not ideal for base coating these, but we'll make it work. We'll have to come back and do them with something else, obviously. I'm a dumbass. Good morning, Doom. You're screwing it up today. that didn't work at all. So I'm just going to get some of my favorite color in the entire world, pavement, and we'll just take care of this. Sometimes just using random shit I have around the shop works out, and sometimes it doesn't. I can't get too worked up about that. That's what we wanted. Probably should have done it in the first place. Pavement's a really versatile, good dark gray color. I like it a lot. It's probably it is my favorite apple barrel paint for sure. Might be one of my favorite paints in history, actually. Okay, let's dry these dudes off. Start working on them. Alright, now usually I dry brush things down with white to get a look at where we're at, but I'm not doing white today. I'm going to be doing something a little different. I'm getting a really light green called Limeade, and I'm going to do it with that. I'm just using a soft brush from the Dollar Tree. Getting a little bit on my brush. I'm going to spread that around. And I'm doing this guy in green. Now my other fella might be in green or I might be in yellow. I haven't decided yet. He might be in greenish yellow. One of the dudes that watches the channel is on the Discord told me that if I base coat in pink before I do yellow, it keeps more saturation. I gotta try that, but not on these. I'm not trying that on this. Is something I do on probably a different kind of mini. Let me get a little bit of yellow. Then I'm gonna do the other miniature the same way with a little bit of yellow mixed in with my green. That's all. I just want to give them a different kind of look. I'm also getting a lot of moisture on this guy because of how much wet was on that base. I'm going to drag that around to make that part of it. I'm going to have to lighten him up some more. Get my yellow back out. And since I picked up so much dark, I'm going to have to get a new brush. I picked up a lot of dark from the wet spots. That's not a problem. Let's grab another one of these brushes. There we go. That's what I wanted. Something like a date. Much good. Oh, there was a clump of gray under there that I grabbed. Oh, well. All right. There's our frogs, or whatever these are. Now let's get them dried off and start painting them. These guys have not been behaving. Some days cheap plastic's your friend, and some days it's your enemy. So let's get this going. I'm going to get a medium or tiny brush here. This is a size 1 starter brush. And I'm looking for a dark blue. This is called Mountain Blue. It's actually pretty wet, so I probably won't water this down at all. Yeah, it's real wet. Let me see if I need to water that down some. Okay. I'm just going to paint over him lightly with this. And you don't want to push and try to stir up what you've already painted. You don't want to reactivate that undercoat. Just leave it. You want this to be kind of like a skim milk, I guess. Would probably be the most comparable thing in mind. Some painting here. Semi-translucent. It doesn't make your coffee darken or creamy and yummy. It makes your coffee a little weird. Color doesn't look how you expected it to, and you're judging the people who gave you the skim milk to put in your coffee. Can't believe you gave me skim milk to put in my coffee. Don't you care about me? Do you hate me? Do you want me to be unhappy and unsatisfied in life? You've decided you would give me skim milk? I'm joking. I don't even put milk in my coffee anymore. I'm too lazy. No. I give 100% effort at work. Outside of that, I just don't have any desire to put too much effort into anything I do anymore. I just want to enjoy life. I don't want to always be stressed out and working hard and killing myself for anything besides money. My job pays the bills and I enjoy it. So putting in maximum effort there doesn't feel like putting in maximum effort some days. And some days it does. All right, I'm getting a medium green. This is called Palm Leaf. And this is a little thicker of a paint. So I'm going to have to mix this down a couple times to get what I want. Feel. No, you don't got to put a whole lot of effort into this if you don't want to. I just try to make sure I get good coverage on my tentacles and stuff. They're probably going to be kind of one of those focal points as you look at the mini. Again, you can't really see it from above, so it doesn't matter. Probably could have done this in 2 videos since it's not behaving. If it had behaved, it would have been definitely a 1 video deal. All right, I'm going to hit them with a hot air gun. So the main thing I really want to get accomplished is I want to make a leshy. And if you're familiar with Slavic lore, or I guess like pre-Russian lore, a leshy is like a forest protector spirit, but they can also be like heinous and mischievous as well. So they're just like this weird kind of, I don't know, horrible thing. This is turquoise, and I'm going to do a dry brush on these dudes with turquoise now. And this is going to be really, really, really wiped off. All right, and then we're going to get that one a little bit lighter using this color called sky blue. And once you wipe that on everything, it'll be lighter. All right, so for the first, where's my good brush? For the first little bit of their tentacles, the tips of their tentacles, we're going to paint these red. You want to make sure your brush is damp, and you want this to be smooth. We're just going to paint the very front of these tentacles red, like that. You don't want your brush to be too dry. You don't want this to be chunky. You want a little moisture on there so it spreads nice and evenly. Okay. With that same red and that same brush, we're just going to come over here and drag across the front of their mouths to simulate their mouth and tongue is there. And we're going to put that right away. I wiped it right off the edge of that tentacle. All right. Now they do have eyes, but the intent is that their tentacles are growing out right under their eyes, and their eyes are kind of like mush shut and they're mostly blind. So if you have eyes and you want to do them, what I would recommend is getting a very small brush and black paint. You want this brush to be quite damp. And you have to make that decision if you want to mess with the eyes. My intention is that their eyes don't really function well, is my thoughts. And that they're like disproportioned and moved around a little bit. And if you can accomplish that safely and carefully, go ahead. If you don't think you can, just assume that their tentacles have mushed their eyes out of the way. Okay. I wanted to do yellow on their toes, but I'm worried that it's just too dark and it's not going to work. So let's get that dark blue color we had, that mountain blue or whatever it was. Let's do their bases and call this a win. Now, when you're doing these bases, remember they're in a swamp. So a little bit of green flecks in here and not hitting every single spot will be to your benefit. So any of that base coat that shows through will be okay. And I like to outline miniatures in black sometimes, but on this one I don't think that's what I want to do. And again, not hitting every single spot on this base is going to be your friend, because you're in a swamp and it's mucky. There's going to be some variation in tone as you stir up the bottom of the water. We'll do both of those like that, then we'll come back with a green and put some flecks in there. La 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 la, monsters, monsters in the morning, la 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 la. Remember, don't go for perfection because you're in the swamp. You're in the swamp. I'm going to get this. I'm going to grab a little bit of this. I'll put it right there. I'll get my brush wet. A little bit more water. Boop, 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 boop. And I'm going to get in here. And this is still a little bit wet. Good. Good, 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 good. We're almost done, guys. Almost done. Let's hit these dudes with some hot air real quick. So these guys are ambush predators, and they sit with their eyes and their backs right on the surface of the water. But they do this all the time for two reasons. One, to absorb heat because they're cold-blooded, and two, so they can see better because their eyesight's terrible, like I told you, and they often have to rely on smell too. And so what happens is they sit at the surface so they can see easier and smell things. And often algae and moss and mold and stuff, not mold, but algae and moss and whatnot grow on them. So you need to come up here and in a rough kind of patch, sprinkle a little flock on them. Okay, and they should look fairly camouflaged in their environment, not super noticeable or easy to see, and then they come out and attack, and that's game over for your people that weren't ready for them, that failed the awareness checks or spot, whatever you search, whatever system you're using. So anyways, I'm not sure what I'm calling these guys. I think I'm going to call them Ribbit Horrors. Ribbit Horrors. Anyways, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Please like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell icon, leave a comment if you could. That'd be sick. Go to the website, buy some miniatures. Not these miniatures, real high-quality Dungeon Swag miniatures. Let's pull one out. I have been waiting to paint this one yellow, but I'm afraid of the color yellow. These are high-quality, high-detail, beautiful minis. They're flexible. You can bend all their little pieces and stuff. They don't snap. Look at that, all those little horns and everything. That little finger. Bend, bend, bend. These are sturdy, good, high-quality, high-detail miniatures. They're inexpensive. We're not a big box, store or whatever. We're not a big corporation. We're dudes in our basement trying to sell miniatures. Help us out. Join the Dungeon Swag family. And if you can't, that's fine. No judgment. Also, please come to our Discord. Hang out with us there, too. Play some RPGs, play some video games, all that fun stuff. Show us what you're working on. We'll see you next time.